No Man's Sky is out at last. It's perhaps the most hyped game of our generation. Here with me to tell us about it and his experiences of the first maybe sort of 4 or so hours is GameSpot's Dave Jewitt.
Hello.
Give us a little taste. It feels like the hype has sort of become more of the story of this game than the actual game. So when you start at the game, when you actually begin playing, what happens? What is this game?
It's a strange one. It doesn't hold your hand at any moment. It kind of just gives you this universe and says, there you go. We're used to a lot of games being like, okay, you need to go here, you need to do this, you need to follow these objectives. No Man's Sky is more like, this is what you kind of want to do, but you go at your own pace, buddy.
Okay.
You start the game, you're stranded on a planet, one of the 18 quintillion planets that this game has. You're stranded, you've got to find resources, repair your ship, get into space. Once you're in space, you have to get fuel, hyperdrive stuff, and then you can explore the wider galaxy.
All right.
But the best part of this game, for me at least, is just that, like I said, it's 18 quintillion planets. That's a lot to explore, and each one has its own star, its own fauna, its own flora, alien races. I don't know if it's going to be for everyone, though.
Why is that?
Because there's moments that it feels very grindy. It's a lot of menu management, resource management. To do some of the more exciting stuff in the game means basically walking up to like a cell of plutonium and holding down like right trigger to mine it, because otherwise you just straight up can't get off the planet.
Okay.
So it can break the flow of the game when you're exploring the galaxy, and then all of a sudden your engine's just like, by the way, I'm empty. You might just want to just go and stop and pick up some plutonium. And if you're in the middle of like chasing down pirates or examining a space station, that could just be like, come on, man, like let me just explore. Why is this spaceship not so eco-friendly?
Yeah, it should be powered by like the sun or something.
Yeah.
I don't
There's
believe
loads of stars.
Yeah, also it seems a bit weird to fly to a planet that you know you won't be able to get off unless you can find some plutonium on it.
Pretty much every planet will have plutonium. There's
But what if it doesn't, Dave?
Well, then it was going to be very lonely on one of those 18 quintillion planets. I think No Man's Sky is a prime example of one of those games where people have kind of built it up into something that was never actually promised.
Okay.
Like the hype kind of just snowballed out of control. If you love exploration games, if you love getting lost into these worlds and exploring and resource gathering, you're going to love it. If you love like games like Minecraft or Rust, then you will really enjoy this game. But I just hope there's not so many people just going in and expecting instant action and instant gratification, because No Man's Sky does make you work for it.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the hype factor, because you mentioned that this game isn't sort of living up to the hype, but do you think if it had been released with no fanfare, like for example I'm thinking Minecraft, and left to sort of gather its own sort of popularity in a slightly more organic fashion, do you think it would be do you think it would feel more exciting? Because I mean, we've had years, literally years of hype about this being a total game changer.
Yeah,
and it sounds like it is. It sounds like it's got some really cool procedural.
It's got some amazing ideas to it.
Yeah,
but if Sony wasn't heavily involved, it would have been an early access thing on Steam. It would have come out in an alpha and then slowly built up with like live player feedback, which could have made a completely different game.
Right.
But I mean, I think we're all slaves to hype at this point. Sometimes it lives up, sometimes it doesn't. We've just got to kind of temper our expectations and enjoy the game for what it is, rather than what just random internet forums and videos kind of hyped it up to be. No game is going to be the best thing ever.
That was good analysis, Dave. Thank you. If you want to know more about No Man's Sky, you can find it all on CNET or indeed on GameSpot.com.